Good morning, Big Swear Road to Ruta.com with your morning Horn of Zeese. Your sip of coffee. Those of you who haven't seen it yet, last night I posted a video on gold. Haven't talked about gold in a long time. But Greg Hunter and Gatta's Chris Powell had a little discussion about it, and really good talk. Two great guys that I dealt with a lot when I was knee deep in gold and silver. People ask me, well, why aren't you in gold and silver anymore? We figured out what was going on. Figured out a long time ago. It's controlled and rigged and under management to keep the fiat monetary system going. A lot of people. I remember when Bush came into office, we thought, oh yeah, the Bush number 2. Yeah, he's going to free the gold market. He's a free market guy. No. Obama, no. Clinton, no. The closest thing was Reagan. He tried originally with the Gold Commission. He put the Gold Commission together back in 1981, I think it was, to analyze whether or not we need to go back onto a gold standard. The ultimate conclusion was no, but unless we get spending and our budgets under control, we're going to have to. So what do you do? He just open the floodgates with money printing. Alan Greenspan, obviously, he's the guy who Reagan put Greenspan in place in '87. But remember Star Wars and all the supply side economics and all this stuff, the trickle down theory, all this stuff, and it was none of it was designed around saving the dollar to go back to to control, so we don't have to go back onto the gold standard. As a matter of fact, it was exactly the opposite. So the Gold Commission said, hey, unless we do this, we're going to need to go to a gold standard. And the opposite happened. They shot budgets through the roof, deficits through the roof, everything through the roof in order to go back onto a gold standard. Was the road to Ruta take. Anyway, so check out the video. It's called Gold Price Management as Understood in 2007. And Greg and Chris, they've been toying, both of them have been toying around the idea of the government having total control. But they really, they flat out say it. Chris comes out and says it's total control. I don't even know if it will be released in my lifetime. And it's wrong. The whole thing is wrong. Free markets are the root of freedom. And if we don't have free markets, we do not have freedom. Who wrote those lyrics? That's a Big Swear song, actually. So check it out. I talk a bit about the gold in the Grand Canyon. There's people who still don't understand the gold in the Grand Canyon stuff. Trust me. That's all I have to say. You don't trust me? Go to my website and look at the 3,000 articles I've written. Or just type in gold in the Grand Canyon. There's like 120 articles of proof. And it's not like I just make this stuff up. I find information, I delve into it, I dig into it, and I either prove it or disprove it. If I disprove it, you probably wouldn't even hear about it. Well, you'd hear a little about it, and then I'll disprove it. But the things I prove, I keep proving over and over and over again, like the road to Ruta theory and the gold in the Grand Canyon. Absolutely 100%. I even went on site to see where all this was going on. It was there. Absolutely. So check it out if you've got the time. It's called Gold Price Management as Understood in 2007. All right, which gets me to my friend Bitcoin Ben. He put out something last night where he was talking about the Binance exchange, which I'll get to in 1 second, because it is not a decentralized exchange. No. They call it one. And it has some features that are starting to lean there, but no, it's not a decentralized exchange. But he also talks about the Life app and Life Info app that I have started using, and I used it again yesterday. I went to Home Depot. I'm like, that's on the Life Info app too. So I was getting gardening stuff for my greenhouse. I'm going through the self-checkout line. I'm like, I wonder if I can do it in self-checkout. And they have a little scanner and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be easy, right? So I scan all my stuff. I pull up the Life Info app, Home Depot, and this all happens in literally, I think it takes like 20 or 30 seconds to do this. And I type in the amount I was going to buy because I was my own checker. So what you do with Life Info stuff is they've negotiated discounts for gift cards, basically at all these stores. So I go in to do the exact amount, buy a gift card in the exact amount of my purchase that day. I forgot the tax. Number one, make sure you get the right amount. So I ended up with a bill of like $6 in tax because I forgot to put it in. So make sure you get the total. And if you're in a restaurant, make sure you include the tip too, unless you're going to pay the tip separately. So I did it, instant. And the a Home Depot card comes up. Well, under it is the gift card. Under it is the number of the gift card and the PIN number. And I'm like, cool, it worked. Voila, I have a gift card. Here's the PIN number, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, shit, do I got to enter this in? And I look on the thing, it's like, no, it has a gift card thing, but you got to scan the gift card. I'm like, oh, you can't scan it. I got to punch it in. So I had to call the lady over. You keep punching in my code. She goes, look at your card again. I looked at it, and she goes, tap the picture of the card. I tap it. It flips over, and there's the scan code. So she already knew what was going on. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve. It's not a big deal. And then I just used the little handgun, scanned it, poof, done. Another purchase with the Life app where I saved, I don't even remember how much, it was a couple percent, 2.7%, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I love that part of it. Now, the other part of it, the multi-level marketing, yes, Ben, it is multi-level marketing. It's not a bad thing necessarily. The question is, how much of that side do you have to do? To me, it was always, the failure rate in multi-level marketing is just enormous. Like well over 95% of the people, not failure, just stop using it because they don't want to talk to their friends and family. And I get that because I've been through a couple of those. Yes, I did Amway twice, I think, back in the 80s. And I was like, this is so, why doesn't anybody else understand this? This works on paper. All you got to do is, do one thing and teach a couple other people how to do the exact same thing, and it saves them money and blah, blah, blah. It's the whole marketing side of it that really turns people off because it really does alienate people. But is it necessary? Is it necessary for the Life Info app? I don't think it is necessary. Obviously, it's not necessary to use it and save discounts and then use those discounts to buy cryptos. See, that's the key. This product is superior. The reason they set up multi-level marketing is because most people are not great salesmen. So the powers that be within these multi-level marketing companies say, how are we going to train the entire organization? And then they set up all these additional things that have nothing to do with the original product. And that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to participate in that part of that world. But at the same time, I am going to participate in saving money with the Life Info app and buying cryptos with it and getting people to do the same thing. And I don't have a problem with that. They have their way. The company has their way of, this is our multi-level marketing. The thing is, it's proven successful for only 1%, 2% of the people. I want to flip that on its head so that 98%, 99% of the people who get involved in the Life Info app have a good experience with it. And that mainly has to do with using the app and buying cryptos with it, because cryptos are going to be coming into it. Now, when you get other people to do it, you can join the multi-level marketing side without participating in all the functions and reading the books and all that stuff. I'll talk more about that in another video, but using the app is fun, and yes, I am going to be buying cryptos. The company, I think, needs to learn a lot about cryptocurrencies also and integrate it more. At some point, and Ben was talking about this, at some point the company will be dealing in cryptocurrencies, as in you get your refund in a cryptocurrency, not in basically a credit to your Life app account. And I heard they're going to call it a coin or a token. Let's not confuse people, I would say, because the real, it's not going to be a traded thing, and it shouldn't be a traded thing, obviously, at first. But if they're going to make a blockchain and have it an open source blockchain, decentralized with approvers all over the world, yeah, that would be great. But they're not doing that. So you're going to have credits to your account, whether they call it a token or not. You're going to have credits to your account and then a link to Coinbase to buy Litecoin. So I think it's awesome. And I'm going to walk people through how to get other people, because I don't believe in the multi-level marketing side, because most people fail. I mean, it's 90 over 95% of the people fail. But in the same breath, it works on paper. So why doesn't it work in real life? A few things. People lose interest. People aren't salesmen. On that other side, you got to spend money. And I get it. You spend money to start your business. But when you have a 97, 98% failure rate, yeah, you don't want to spend a lot of money. And that's that side of it. And that kind of taints the good side, which is the product. The product is this, the company set up this system where you buy discounted gift cards and you can go into your store and do it. Just like Apple Pay on your phone. You can use that in a lot of places now. But it is the way of the future. I agree with Ben 100%. And the company will get more integrated into cryptos, I believe. So at some point, everybody's going to be using cryptos for everything. So Ben had made the analogy of, imagine you're like one of the first guys in YouTube or Google or Facebook. And, it hadn't been formed yet. How is this going to make money and all this stuff? But over time, oh yeah, that's how it's going to work. And then everybody gets into it. That's the part we're getting into crypto adoption. Everybody's going to want to get into it. And then there's the multi-level marketing aspect, because you're going to need a different job. A vast amount of people in the United States and around the world are going to need a different job when the monetary system fails. Because what happens is, if the good guys win, which I believe, we're going to have all kinds of things released into the public. Free energy. So if you're in the oil and gas industry, your days are numbered. Because we've had the ability to create energy various ways, free and clean energy, since the early 1900s. Since Tesla and all that. And they just hid it from us. Those things are going to come out of hiding. If you're in banking and finance, obviously, any division of banking and housing, you're selling housing, all this stuff is going to go away. The banks are going to go down, and there's going to be so many people looking for work, and a lot of that work's going to go into the cryptocurrency world. So why not have your job where you work every day right now, and then this side thing to save money and earning and saving cryptocurrency, and to help a couple people? You shouldn't get hundreds of people, because all you have to do is get a couple people and teach them to do what you do, which is buy on discount. It's a different way to shop. I'll put out a video on this. And no, the multi-level marketing thing, it's not necessary with this app. It's just not necessary. And it has a bad taste because people usually lose when you go that route. Numbers don't lie. In multi-level marketing. And it is 100% multi-level marketing based on the Amway model of you've got your product, which is a good product. Even the Amway products were good. You could buy all kinds of products. This one, you don't have to store anything in your house, which is good. But it does have the same thing. You got your financial training, you got your tapes and CDs and motivational speakers and giving presentations, all that stuff. If people want to do that, go for it. The success rate is almost zero. Not zero. It's 2 or 3%. Oh, no, that's not. I don't know the numbers for Life Info app as far as the multi-level marketing side. But in general, there have been many studies to show that the failure rate is just huge, and you alienate friends and family, and it sucks. So that's why a lot of people dump it. Now, if we could just take the product, this is a unique product, is that it's one of the first to deal with cryptocurrencies. People will be interested in, one, saving money, and two, how did you get all those cryptocurrencies? I got them by saving money. Can I do that? Sure, it's free. And then if they want to add people to their app, you can get involved with that. But it doesn't mean you have to get involved with the MLM stuff. And for some people, it works. Obviously, 1 or 2 people out of 100, it works. But the numbers don't lie. Even though it works on paper, it's so easy. All I got to do is use this app and get 3 or 4 or 5 people to do the same thing. You don't have to get a million people because they're going to get 3 or 4 or 5. That's how multi-level marketing works. But the other stuff on financial education, great. I read the book for I didn't read all of it. I looked through it. I'm like, yeah, for people who don't know anything about finance, it's great. If people want to get involved in that side, just remember that the money you spend, 98% of the people don't make it back. Okay? If you're not spending any money, which is pretty much downloading the app and you're saving money, it's a guaranteed win. Now I'm looking for somewhere in the middle. I want to get that 98% of the losers to win. And that would be spending hardly any money, but just getting a couple people. And those couple people, and then tell them to do the same thing. I learned the hard way, like in Amway, I think I had like 30 or 40 people who were doing it and, getting the soap in and we had Coca-Cola, all kinds of products. And it just, after a while, it became their life. And they weren't salesmen, and it alienates friends, and it's not for me. And it's not for 98% of the people who do it. Then again, the product, I still buy Coke and I still buy laundry soap. So, I mean, that's my take, and I'll be talking about that more. But right, as far as the app is concerned and buying your products, you're going to save money and you can buy cryptos with it. And I do think they'll integrate more and more cryptos into the app. As in, when you get your discount, it goes directly into, you choose Litecoin. I want my change in Litecoin. That would be awesome. And goes right into your wallet. And you have control of the private keys. Let's talk about that.